Ladies and gentlemen, life has a way of testing us. The tests don't come in the form of easy decisions or gentle reminders. No, they come through pain, through betrayal, through moments when someone you trusted or loved decides to hurt you. And in those moments, the human instinct is to react quickly, fiercely, to defend your pride, your honor, your emotions. But let me tell you something. Restraint is not an easy virtue to cultivate, but it is one of the most powerful tools you can wield in moments of conflict and hurt. It is often misunderstood as passivity or weakness, but in truth, it requires a strength that surpasses impulsive reactions. Restraint is the ability to pause when every fiber of your being is screaming to act, to hold your tongue when words that could wound are ready to spill from your lips. It is a conscious decision to place control above chaos, to prioritize long-term peace over short-term satisfaction. Restraint is about recognizing the weight of your actions and understanding that your response has consequences far beyond the moment. It allows you to rise above the immediate sting of hurt and see the bigger picture. When someone lashes out at you or seeks to harm you, their intention is often to provoke a reaction, to drag you into their storm. By choosing restraint, you deny them that power. You remain anchored, unshaken, and unyielding to their attempts to disrupt your peace. Practicing restraint requires patience and self-awareness. It means acknowledging your emotions without being ruled by them. It's not about suppressing how you feel, but about channeling that energy into something productive, something that uplifts rather than destroys. Restraint gives you the time and space to process the situation, to reflect on what truly matters, and to decide on a course of action that aligns with your values. Restraint is a gift you give to yourself. It keeps you from making decisions you might later regret. It shields you from the repercussions of impulsive actions. It allows you to maintain your dignity even in the face of provocation. By holding back, you demonstrate a mastery of self that is far more impactful than any immediate retaliation. Restraint is the bridge between emotional reactions and thoughtful responses, a bridge that leads to wisdom and strength. Emotional intelligence is the cornerstone of self-mastery, the key to navigating life's challenges with grace and composure. It is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions while also perceiving and influencing the emotions of others. When someone hurts you, your initial emotional response may be raw, intense, and unfiltered, but emotional intelligence steps in as the guiding force that allows you to rise above that initial wave of hurt and make choices that reflect your strength and wisdom rather than your pain. At its core, emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness. It is about being in tune with your own feelings, understanding why you feel the way you do, and identifying the triggers that cause your emotions to flare. This awareness allows you to pause, to breathe, and to create space between what happens to you and how you respond. Without this awareness, emotions can easily take control, leading to reactions that are impulsive and unproductive. Emotional intelligence empowers you to act, not react, to any situation you face. Equally important is the ability to regulate your emotions. This doesn't mean suppressing how you feel or pretending the hurt doesn't exist. It means channeling those emotions in a way that serves your best interests and prevents you from being consumed by negativity. Emotional regulation is the difference between responding with clarity and lashing out in anger. It is the internal discipline that keeps your mind clear, your heart steady, and your actions intentional, no matter how intense the circumstances. Empathy is another vital component of emotional intelligence. It allows you to step into the perspective of the person who hurt you, not to excuse their actions, but to understand the root of their behavior. Often people project their own pain, insecurities, or struggles onto others. By recognizing this, you can avoid personalizing their actions and reacting out of hurt. Instead, empathy helps you maintain a sense of composure and compassion, even when faced with negativity. Emotional intelligence also involves social awareness, the ability to read the dynamics of a situation and understand the unspoken emotions at play. It's about recognizing when someone is trying to provoke you, when silence is more powerful than words, and when walking away is the wisest choice. This awareness helps you navigate interactions with foresight and intentionality, ensuring that your response aligns with your long-term goals and values rather than the fleeting emotions of the moment. Ultimately, emotional intelligence allows you to take control of your narrative. It ensures that your response reflects who you are, not who others expect or provoke you to be. It's about showing the world that you are driven by purpose, not by the fleeting chaos of momentary emotions. Negativity is a cycle that feeds on itself, spreading like wildfire from one person to another, leaving destruction in its wake. When someone hurts you, they often attempt to transfer their negativity onto you, creating a chain reaction of anger, frustration, and hostility. Breaking this chain is an act of strength and a testament to your ability to rise above the toxicity that others may bring into your life. It requires intention, discipline, and a commitment to peace, even when provoked. Breaking the chain of negativity begins with understanding that reactions can either perpetuate or disrupt the cycle. When you respond to hurt with retaliation, you become a participant in the very negativity you wish to avoid. Every angry word, every spiteful action, every moment of retaliation adds fuel to the fire, ensuring that the cycle continues. But when you choose not to engage, when you decide not to reflect their hostility back at them, you rob the negativity of its power to grow. This process is not about denying your emotions or pretending that the hurt doesn't exist. It's about acknowledging the pain, but refusing to let it dictate your actions. It's about making a conscious decision to respond with intentionality rather than impulsivity. By doing so, you transform a moment of conflict into an opportunity for growth, showing that you are in control of your reactions and not a puppet to someone else's negativity. Negativity thrives on reciprocity. It relies on the exchange of hostility to survive. When you refuse to participate, when you let their words fall to the ground unchallenged or their actions go unanswered, you effectively cut off the lifeline of negativity. Your silence, your restraint, your refusal to react become powerful tools of dismantling the cycle. It's not about letting them win, but about ensuring that you don't lose your peace and dignity in the process. Breaking the chain also requires resilience. Negativity often comes with sharp edges designed to provoke and injure. It's easy to absorb those blows and let them shape your mood, your day, or even your life. But resilience means standing firm, refusing to let their negativity infiltrate your mind and spirit. It's about building a fortress of positivity and self-assurance that shields you from the effects of their actions, ensuring that their toxicity doesn't take root in your life. Another critical element of breaking the chain is understanding the ripple effect of your response. Every action you take sets an example for others, whether you realize it or not. When you respond to negativity with calm and grace, you not only disarm the person who hurt you, but also inspire those around you to do the same. You become a living testament to the power of positivity, showing that it is possible to rise above the chaos and maintain your integrity in the face of adversity. Breaking the chain of negativity doesn't mean avoiding conflict altogether. It means choosing your battles wisely and responding in a way that aligns with your values and goals. It's about refusing to let someone else's actions dictate your behavior or derail your journey. It's about reclaiming your power and using it to create a ripple effect of positivity that outshines the darkness. Pain is an inevitable part of life, a universal experience that touches everyone in some form or another. When someone hurts you, it can feel overwhelming, as if the weight of that moment is too heavy to bear. But pain, though it often arrives uninvited, carries within it an opportunity, a chance to transform what was meant to break you into something that builds you. Channeling pain into purpose is not just a way to cope, it is a way to thrive, to find meaning in adversity, and to emerge stronger than ever. Pain has a way of sharpening your focus. When you're hurt, everything feels heightened, more intense, and more vivid. That intensity, though uncomfortable, is energy, and energy can be redirected. Instead of letting it fuel anger or despair, you can choose to channel it into something constructive. It can be the driving force behind a goal, a project, or a dream that you've been hesitant to pursue. The emotions that feel like they might consume you can instead be the catalyst for action, propelling you towards something greater. Channeling pain requires a shift in perspective. It's about seeing hurt not as an endpoint, but as a turning point. Pain often reveals truths about ourselves, our vulnerabilities, our fears, our unspoken desires. It forces us to confront the parts of ourselves that we might otherwise ignore. By facing these truths, we gain a deeper understanding of who we are and what we want out of life. This clarity can become a foundation for growth, helping us to realign our actions with our values and aspirations. There is also immense power in using pain to help others. When you take what you've been through and use it to uplift, guide, or inspire someone else, you transform your suffering into a source of strength. Sharing your story, your lessons, and your resilience creates a ripple effect, allowing your pain to serve a purpose far beyond yourself. It becomes a bridge connecting you to others and reminding them that they too can overcome. Pain can also ignite creativity. Some of the most profound art, music, literature, and innovation have been born out of moments of great suffering. When you allow yourself to express your pain through a creative outlet, you not only process your emotions, but also create something that resonates with others. This act of creation turns pain into a tangible, meaningful product, something that has value and impact. Channeling pain into purpose is also about resilience. It's about refusing to let the actions of others define you or dictate your path. It's about reclaiming your narrative, taking the hurt and saying, "This will not break me, it will build me." It's a declaration that your story is still being written, and the chapter of pain will serve as a stepping stone to a greater purpose. This process isn't easy. It takes time, effort, and a willingness to confront the depths of your emotions. But with each step, you move closer to transforming the pain into something that fuels your growth, strengthens your character, and propels you toward your destiny. Pain becomes not just something you endure, but something you harness, turning the energy of hurt into the power of purpose. Silence is often misunderstood. In a world that glorifies loudness, assertiveness, and quick reactions, silence is sometimes seen as weakness, as though it implies submission or lack of courage. But true silence, intentional silence, is far from passive. It is a deliberate act of strength, a powerful statement that says more than words ever could. When someone hurts you, the strength in silence lies in your ability to resist the pull of confrontation, to remain composed in the face of provocation, and to rise above the chaos of the moment. Silence is a shield. When words are hurled like weapons, silence absorbs the blow without giving the attacker more fuel. It is a refusal to engage in the conflict on their terms, a way of preserving your dignity and energy. To remain silent when provoked is not to ignore what has happened or to pretend it doesn't matter. Rather, it is to choose a higher path, one that values peace over petty exchanges and inner stability over outward displays of anger. The strength in silence is rooted in self-control. It takes immense discipline to hold your tongue when you have every reason to speak, to resist the urge to retaliate when you are wounded. It is far easier to lash out, to let emotions dictate your actions. But silence requires you to master those emotions, to pause and to process. In that pause lies power, the power to choose your response, to evaluate what is worth your energy, and to act with intention rather than impulse. Silence also commands respect. When you don't react to someone's provocations, it unsettles them. They expect a response, a fight, a validation of their actions. But your silence denies them that satisfaction. It creates a void that they cannot fill, leaving them to question their own behavior. In a way, silence is a mirror, reflecting their negativity back to them without you having to say a word. It shifts the focus from you to them, forcing them to confront the emptiness of their actions. Silence is also a space for reflection. It allows you to step back from the situation and see it with clarity. In the heat of the moment, emotions can cloud your judgment, making it difficult to see the bigger picture. Silence gives you the opportunity to think, to understand your own feelings, and to decide on a course of action that aligns with your values. It prevents you from saying or doing something in the moment that you might later regret. In silence, there is resilience. Choosing not to respond does not mean that you are unaffected. It means that you are strong enough to hold your peace, even when it feels like the world is trying to take it from you. Silence is not about bottling up your emotions or suppressing your pain. It is about giving yourself the time and space to process those emotions on your terms without outside interference. Silence can also be transformative. It shifts the focus inward, allowing you to connect with your inner strength and wisdom. In the quiet, you find clarity and perspective. You realize that your worth is not tied to someone else's actions or opinions. You understand that your peace is too valuable to be traded for a fleeting moment of retaliation. Silence becomes a sanctuary, a place where you regain control and realign with your purpose. Ultimately, silence is a form of resistance. It resists the pull of negativity, the demand for conflict, and the temptation to stoop to the level of those who seek to hurt you. It is a way of saying without words that you are unshaken, unmoved, and unwilling to let someone else's actions dictate your behavior. Silence is not a void, it is a choice, a powerful assertion of strength that speaks volumes without uttering a single word. Divine justice and trust. When someone hurts you, the natural inclination is to seek justice on your terms, to take matters into your own hands and deliver the retribution you believe is deserved. But there is a profound power in surrendering that need for control and placing your faith in a higher justice. Divine justice transcends human understanding. It operates on a level that we cannot always see or predict, yet it is unfailing in its ability to bring balance and accountability in ways far beyond our comprehension. Trusting in it requires patience, faith, and a deep sense of surrender. Divine justice is not constrained by time. While human justice often demands immediate action, divine justice works on its own timeline, allowing events to unfold in a way that aligns with greater truths and purposes. It sees what we cannot see, understands what we cannot understand, and acts in ways that may seem delayed but are always perfectly timed. Trusting in this process requires letting go of the need for instant gratification and embracing the idea that justice, though unseen, is always at work. Placing trust in divine justice is an act of humility. It acknowledges that there are forces at play far greater than our limited perspective. It is a recognition that our emotions, no matter how justified, can cloud our judgment and lead us down paths that do more harm than good. By stepping back and entrusting the situation to a higher power, we allow space for resolution that is fair, comprehensive, and aligned with a greater good. Divine justice also serves as a reminder that no action goes unnoticed. When someone hurts you, it may feel as though they have gotten away with it, that their actions have gone unchecked. But divine justice assures us that every deed, every intention is seen and accounted for. It operates with a precision that ensures consequences are delivered not out of spite, but out of a necessity to restore balance and teach lessons. Trusting in divine justice is not about wishing harm upon those who hurt you. It is about releasing the burden of carrying that pain, of plotting revenge, of holding on to anger. It is about freeing yourself from the toxic cycle of negativity and allowing a higher power to take on what you were never meant to carry. This trust liberates you, giving you the peace and clarity to focus on your growth and well-being instead of being consumed by the actions of others. Divine justice is also deeply intertwined with the idea of trust in the greater plan for your life. When you are wronged, it is easy to feel as though the hurt has derailed your path or diminished your worth. But trust reminds you that everything, even pain, has a purpose. What was meant to harm you can be transformed into a stepping stone towards something greater. Trusting in divine justice means believing that no matter how unfair or painful the situation may seem, it will ultimately work in your favor. This trust requires faith not only in divine justice, but in your ability to endure and rise above. It is a commitment to hold on, to keep moving forward, even when the hurt feels overwhelming. It is the assurance that the universe or the divine is working behind the scenes, aligning events in ways that will reveal themselves in time. This faith becomes a source of strength, anchoring you in the belief that you are supported, protected, and guided. Divine justice and trust are not passive, they are active choices to believe in something greater, to let go of control, and to allow a higher power to intervene. They invite you to focus not on what was done to you, but on what is being done for you, to shift your perspective from vengeance to growth, and to rest in the certainty that no hurt goes unanswered and no act of harm is left unresolved.